Today we're going to look at the Toolbox, just briefly how to go into it. Basically, when you plug in your USB, or you can navigate to the right folder, you come to some files like this. So there's one called mech.exe. So it's just a matter of double clicking on that and just filling in your name. Basically that will get encoded into the program here, and it'll remember your name from now on, or from then on. So let's double click on that. Okay, so you just put in your name. Don't put my name in, whatever your name might be. I'm sure you know. So that will then get encoded. It's already changed the date to, oh no, it didn't. On the 24th of the 7th. I thought it was a different date before. Anyway, so out of all these units, because this is used across all mechanical engineering sort of units or subjects, we just have to do this one here, interpret technical drawings. So we just tick that, and then it'll go into another screen. And if you've noticed from the screen before, it actually had my name around about there. I just didn't point it out. But it will ask you to put your name again in this one. This is for this particular subject, so you just put it in again. And if you know how to spell it, I don't. Alright, so that's my name, hopefully. Alright, so that goes there, as you can see it. So basically when you have then gone into each one of these topics, as you complete this topic here, it will write in green next to it, completed. So as your program says, you only have to do the first 5, and the 6th and 7th are optional. So it's just a matter then of clicking on here. And with the previous version, we had some passwords you had to put in before you can move on to certain sections. But we probably don't, I think this version now, they eliminated that, so you can just keep going to the next section. So that's that. Basically, I'll exit this thing here now and just show you another location. Now, I think that was just talking before. Anyway, that I'm sure what was that? I heard something. It might have been the program. It does talk to you as well at times. So you may need headphones if you're doing it in the classroom. All right, so that's that. I'll just close that. Basically, in my instructions that I've given you earlier on, there should be a folder called instructions, and under that folder there should be general instructions, which we've been into before, but then there's another lot called standards, and this is basically just a photocopy of a couple of pages of a book of what I thought were the most important bits that you must remember to be able to set up a drawing in CAD and put in the right text sizes and arrowhead sizes and that sort of thing. So I want to refer you to this, and I think you might already have a copy of it. If not, you can just grab a copy from that folder. There's some settings here of how to set up your AutoCAD sort of dimension styles, but follow the book. This was mainly made for last semester when the book wasn't quite updated. I believe now it should be updated, so you probably won't need to refer to those. We'll soon find out if there's a problem with it as you're moving through those pages that help you set up your dimension styles in AutoCAD, which is where you put in all your arrowhead sizes, text sizes, tick sizes, or whatever you're going to put in there. All right, so okay, let's have a look at this thing here. Chapter 1, what is this? Oh yeah, okay. So basically, as you make this a bit bigger, as you move through your engineering sort of drawings and things like that, when you're looking at stuff, engineering drawings, you might find some abbreviations, and this is a sort of a ready reference for what things mean. So just keep that aside. Oh, look at that, CAD, Computer Aided Design and Drafting. So it should be CAD with double D, hey? Anyway, what's this? Computer Aided Engineering, CAE, so CAM, Computer Aided Manufacture, which we do here as well. So things like that, so, contour, corner, all right, so things like that. Just there's a whole lot of them. And countersunk might be another thing that, there you go, countersink, you come across that in your book, where it refers to sort of countersinking holes and that sort of thing in plates. So that's a terminology that you might find in here. So I'll just sort of point that out. I think it's only just one page. No, there's more. Hang on. Wait, there's more. Oh, normally what I do here at this point, I do have a whole lot of these in real life, and I normally will bring them in and show you, but I haven't done it the past couple of times. I date way back when we used to have these pens to draft with and all that sort of stuff. But basically, this sort of shows you a little bit about the history and sort of relates AutoCAD back to what we used to have, how we measured angles and all that sort of stuff. Now we're putting in at 6 angle, whatever, 25.5 degrees or something like that. So, and of course, this is the ellipse command here, which you haven't covered, but that's the ellipse command, draws ovals. That's the circle command, okay, so that's what we used to have. And of course, the pencil is the line command, and the other side of it, if it's got a rubber, it's the erase command. All right, so these are the 4 different pens we used to really have, and that's how we really still. It's good to relate to the history, because as you move from manual drafting and any system from manual to digital, you tend to bring along some of your old habits, perhaps, or some of them are just old habits and probably shouldn't have come across at all. But so you can relate to it better, you sort of stick to that idea. And a lot of CAD. So a lot of drafting officers, when they moved across, they came along and they brought their own. Basically, all they used is 4 different sizes of pen to draft with. So you can just make out 0.25, 35. That would have been 0.5 and 0.7, and that's all we really used. And you'll see that in the standards as we come through. Even the standards were done before CAD. So therefore, when we went to CAD, if we were sticking to the standards, we just use the same sizes anyway. But AutoCAD's got like millions of colors. To start with, it had 256, and each one of those colors can be, in theory, assigned to a different pen thickness as well. That's one way of doing it. But how many pen thicknesses can you really read? A human eye read anyway. 0.2, 0.25, 0.3. So you can't tell the difference. So you've got to have a bit of a separation. 0.1 millimeter between them, they thought was good enough. So that's that. Then we got to this thing here. Oh, here's the text command. Okay, so apart from freehand, you were able to write using a stencil in lowercase and uppercase. But of course, the standard stipulates it should be in uppercase. All right, that's the standard. And over here, you can see, standard stipulates uppercase, but yet we'll have lowercase guides as well. So I don't understand that. And then, so basically, there's some ratios you can use. At the end of the day, when we're using CAD, we sort of don't need to worry about that too much, because the fonts that come out usually are right anyway. Right? And really, when you think about it, what is the standard trying to teach you? It's really trying to make you write something that's legible. So you're not writing very small or lowercase. If you have bad writing, most people couldn't read it. So they said, "Oh no, we're going uppercase." Mind you, I've seen some uppercase lettering, handwritten, that I can't make out what it is. It looks like hieroglyphics, which is what it is. But all right, so this talks about spacing again. If we're using digital methods, we don't have to worry about that too much either. But there are some guides if you're going to do something unusual. So really, all of this stuff here, you don't have to worry too much, apart from what we've got here. We've got, so we've got the titles of drawings, titles and drawing numbers. Now, for an A0 or a B1, that's what you use. We just ignore this one out. Just look at this. This is the size of papers we're going to be using, probably A3 mostly, or A2. So if it was in this category here, in this column. So if I'm going to write a title like what would it be? A detailed one or something like that, or plan view, or east view, or whatever it might be, left view. I would do it in 5mm high text. And if I was writing some sort of subheading, like notes, for example, and then you write a whole lot of notes underneath, you write the word notes in 3.5, and the actual noting itself will be 2.5mm high. All right. All characters on drawings should be kept clear of lines, except where a line precludes this requirement. Okay, so where else is there some other important bits here to tell you? Oh, I'll just keep changing the size because I keep pressing the wrong button. Okay, looking in here, what's the important stuff that I've got to tell you here, just in case I miss anything. Now that's all good there. We'll just go across. Alright, this thing here is the a guide to the line types we're using. Sorry about that. Here we go. See if I can get that happening. Let's close this thing here. Okay, so here we go. Too far up. Here we go. Alright, so it tells you what each sort of line type is used for. If I can just bring it over a little bit. Okay, here's the usage. It gives it this type A, B, C, D, and that's because it's referring to it later. But it gives you spacing. For example, if you've got a hidden or a dashed line type, that space is S. That's Q, and it says if S is equal to 1 as a minimum, then Q is 2 times S to the maximum of 4 times S. So it gives you a rough guide when you are printing out your drawing. You're saying, okay, minimum has to be 1mm, but it can be more. But generally, if it looks about right, it is right. You know, if they're not too close together or too far apart, dashes are not too big, then you know it's about right. But you get the hang of it. Medium dashes, and then we've got like this one's here is for when you're making your a cut plane for your section views. Like this is section AEA. It's cutting through a section, and you're looking through. You indicate where the section is taken from by making the end bit here a bit thicker. I think it tells you it should be 0.5 somewhere along the line. And yeah, anyway, that's a few different ones you can explore when you look at that a bit better. Is there another bit to this? No, there isn't to this. I'll just close that. So I'll leave that there for now.